Queen students, the All Hallows Eve Ball is upon us. Okay. So, it is the night of the All Hallows Eve Ball. The events from the night before of the carnival are still in your mind, and the fresh reverie of popcorn and candy floss, and rides around the swans, and a peculiar little midnight kiss shared between two interesting creatures. Then it was time to visit the management, and management said, "Good job for rescuing one of our patrons. We are very proud of you. You are always welcome at the Witchlight Carnival anytime you need us." Offering a ticket. Should the next time you need yourself somewhere in a circus, slip it through a door, and you will find the circus on the other side. But the time for reverie is done, as it is the evening of the ball, just hours before the actual ceremony. You all have found yourself back in your dorm room suites, getting ready and preparing yourselves for a night of fun, dancing, and danger. The plan is set. You'll go to the ball, make some friends, dance the night away, but also it is time to find Malister's Scriptorium and figure out the other side of the ritual to create the Grimwald. Now, as you're all getting ready, what is it that you're thinking about? What are your characters doing? How are they getting ready? Who are they excited to see at the ball? Um, Ren, let's start with you.
Maeve is sitting in front of a mirror, a little uh magic desk, or not magic, I'm so sorry, makeup set with a mirror, vanity. She's looking at herself as she's applying her makeup, fixing up her hair, and she can't stop thinking about what are they going to find tonight. What could possibly be in the scriptorium? Is it danger awaiting them? Is it something they could touch and it would curse them? What if someone finds them? What if they all get expelled? She doesn't want to be expelled. She doesn't want to go back home, ever. She takes a long breath and she pins back her hair. You know, taking soft, gentle brushes through it and making sure it all goes up neatly, and leaning in to apply a little bit of lipstick and a little bit of blush. And she looks around at Mar in the room because she rooms with Mar. And she takes another deep breath, thinking that all they have to do is get to the library unseen. No one should be in the library. Everyone will be at the ball. No one will see them. They'll be okay. They'll just be careful in the scriptorium. It'll open up to her like normal. It'll just like last time. They just gotta find a book and be careful.
Okay.
She puts on a smile and she stands up in her dress already, ready to go.
Well, since Mara's in the room too, what is Mar? What's her thoughts, feelings? How's she getting ready and stuff like that?
Mara is very excited for this dance. Like, she's like half dressed. She's like putting like one pantyhose on, like half of her hair is up and like with some like ornaments of like seashells. And she's like trying to get her dress on because she's never put on a dress before. So she's like hopping up and down around the floor. And she's like, I cannot wait to see what this Halloween thing is all about. I've heard so many stories about it from like the land people, you know. Heard like there's like candy and there's bats and ghouls and witches. Down under the sea was kind of, lacking in those apartments sometimes. But um she's very excited. She's like, um, well, Maeve, are you like super excited to dance with somebody? Do you eyes on somebody? Do you want to dance with? I think she's froze.
Lauren said that her cat turned off her computer.
I love that
Oh.
energy. So, all right.
Go
So,
on.
what about Ingrid? What's Ingrid up, like getting ready for?
So Ingrid is already ready. She's like her face and her hair are already done. She's got some like her hair doesn't look much different. She doesn't have it like super fancy, but she has it just like neatly like half pulled back. And she has her like um she she has her like usual like little like choker necklace on. And she has like some light makeup. Like she just looks very like her skin looks very like porcelain, but not like overdone. She just looks very like
Put together and
yeah,
yeah.
but she has her dress like she doesn't have her dress on yet. It's like hanging like on a doorknob or like on the top of a door. So it doesn't like drag on the floor, and she is like sitting on the couch in a robe. And she's like nervously shuffling a deck of tarot cards as she like sits down. Every now and again she like stops and she'll like peek at one and like stare at it for a second before she kind of like shoves it back into the deck and starts like shuffling again.
Roll a d20.
Okay. 8.
Let's see what she gets. The 8th card. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna keep that in play. I won't tell you what it is. Except for Ingrid. No, except for Ingrid. I won't tell everyone what it is.
Okay. I was like, she looked at it. What do you mean you're not going to tell me
No,
what
yeah.
it is?
Everyone but her. So, let me send you a message real quick. It's good to have your tarot deck right accessible. So let's say that card, every time she goes back to like get a new card, it's the same one. It's the same one over and over again. Which is a little like, okay, like clearly the fates are telling me that this might be the card that I'm pulling tonight. Okay. We'll go ahead and Elzie. How about you? Unless were you done, Sid? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So Elzie is getting ready. She's thinking, she's like really lost in thought, like braiding her hair for the ball, thinking about the carnival last night, and going over the swan ride in her head with Cadence. And she's kind of like feeling really just happy and floaty and just feeling good. She doesn't have her dress on yet, but it's like she's almost ready, and then she starts thinking about the little pig-faced or pig-masked little girl that Cadence saw in the mirrors at the carnival, and she kind of like shudders and tries to like force the thought out of her mind.
Okay. Then Cadence, what is she up to?
Cadence is perched in front of the mirror, and she's putting her dress on, like reaching behind her neck to tie it. And she's looking at her reflection and probably also thinking about everything that happened at the carnival the night before, and obviously the kiss that she shared with Elzie. And she's also probably spending a lot of time thinking about Malistaire and the Grimhold and like what is about to happen. I think that she probably feels a little out of place in a dress and then like all dressed up. But she does her hair, she pulls it back and takes a deep breath and hops down and tries to feel more excited than she does nervous for whatever is about to unfold.
Okay. We'll go back to Marcella and Maeve.
Mara asked Maeve, like, who do you want to dance with? Is there anybody you want to dance with? If not, who is it?
Oh, I guess I haven't thought much about the actual ball part. I've been just thinking over what we have to do during it. You know, going
Oh,
into his
right.
scriptorium. But I mean, I would just be happy to dance with anyone. Do you want to dance with me, Mar?
Yes, I've never danced with somebody before. It's gonna be great. How do you dance?
Well, come here. So you put up your arm. It depends on what kind of music, but I am very well renounced in the versions of Hollowroot of the fairy waltz, and I can show you a little bit here. If they play the right music, we can dance to it. And she's like, hold your like hands up like this, and yep, match it with mine.
Well,
Hand on my
performance.
waist.
Both of
Yes.
us?
Yep.
Okay.
Performance 19.
Okay.
8.
You take Maeve's hand in yours and you follow her lead. However, as Maeve takes the most prominent stance and is guiding you through it, you are stepping on her feet quite often, not necessarily getting the way that landwalkers dance.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying.
It's it's okay. It's okay. You're very new at this. Here, look down while we dance. Watch my feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We do a little spin here, and she spins Mar. Now bring your hands back on my waist. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And yep, your feet just like that. 1, 2, 3. Right, left, right. Sway your hips a little bit when you do it. Good. See, you could do
Maeve,
this.
you're moving through the air as if you're swimming through water. Your dance is perfect. However, Maristella, with your 8, you're still having trouble dancing.
I'll get it by then. I mean, we have candy we have to consume, and maybe that'll make me better.
Andy, what are you talking about?
And in the stories I've read, Halloween has candy.
Oh, yes, for the little children. You're right.
Oh,
It all it is sugar, really. It might help you hype up a little bit.
yeah, magic sugar.
Okay, let's start this again. Take a deep breath. Watch my feet as I do it, and they continue with the dancing lessons.
Okay. At this time, it is time for all students to head down to the ballroom to begin the opening ceremonies and announcements and things like that. If you guys want down to the ballroom.
Oh, look at the time, Mar. Let's go round up the others.
Okay, we got this. Sugar, spice, and dancing is nice. All right.
Maeve is going to walk over to the other room, and she's going to knock on the door politely. Hello, is everyone ready?
Oh yeah, we'll be right out.
Okay, we have to get down there any second. We'll be waiting out in the living room. And she walks out to the living room, all, pushing down her dress a little bit, fixing up, making sure she looks almost perfect for tonight.
Sure. All right, everyone else is ready for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you guys have all donned on your best of outfits. You're looking dapper. You're looking nice. Makeup, hair done. It's the smell of perfume and hairspray and all that jazz. But as you come out one by one, you admire each of your outfits.
Bar does like a little spin. She's like, "Are you ready to go?"
Do you remember who has which?
She goes, "Which what?"
The dresses.
Yeah, I have like a blue wavy dress
This
that
is.
looks like
Can you see
waves.
it?
See what?
Okay. Oh, you can't see the presentation.
No, I can't.
Elsie's was like the pantsuit, right?
Yeah. Elsie's.
Yes.
This was Maeve's. This one's Marcella's. This one is Cadence's, and this one's Ingrid's. You admire everyone's outfits and things like that, and then you head down um, through the main halls of the school proper, and eventually find yourselves um, in the corridor that heads into the ballroom. Um, Liz, are you still here with us? Hello? Lizard, are you back?
Yes, I'm sorry. I heard delivery.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. So, um, yeah, you all head down into the ballroom proper. So let me get this. Here's that. I just made a mood board because, you know, the ballroom has been transformed. Music, color, and laughter fill the airy space as impeccably dressed alumni and faculty mingle. Beyond the check-in stand, attended by student host you recognize to be Ash, Don, and Blanca, are tables arranged with whimsical topiaries of dragons and ornate pumpkins and apple-flavored refreshment stand. A band plays classical music dating back to the early time of the elves as guests walked along the dance floor. Above it, banners of black and orange are hung from the ceiling, while red and yellow leafy vines hang low, creating an enchanted autumnal canopy. Fairy lights of purple and green float around the expansive ballroom, drifting to and fro, while giant pumpkins and hay bales dot the corners of the room, holding up platters of delicious-looking food.
I can't believe this is the same
Wow.
room. It's
This looks
gorgeous.
incredible, guys.
They
It
really
really
outdid
does.
themselves.
Well, where should we go
Huh?
first?
I don't know. Where do they do the opening ceremony?
Probably up by the stage, but we could go get a drink real quick.
Yeah, or find a table somewhere.
Oh, that'd be good.
I can find us a table if you guys go get drinks.
Okay, Mar, what do you want?
Water.
Just water? Okay.
I assume that's what they have.
They probably have anything you could really think of.
Like kelp water?
I'll ask.
Okay. And she skips off to find a table of 5.
Cadence will head to the drinks.
Elzie will follow after her.
Maeve will
Alright.
go up to Ingrid and be like, I love the dress you had him make you. It perfectly suits you.
She'll like smirk a little bit and nod. Thank you. And she'll like look down at her dress and like admire like her own dress for a minute. She's like, it really is beautiful. And then she'll like look up and she's like, he picked out a good one for you too.
Quite on the nose with our personalities, I think.
Are you, I know, like really quick, are you nervous about tonight at all?
I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Do you know, how much do you know about tarot cards?
Not much. I know that
Roll
once
Arcana.
13 plus 6, 18.
You know a fair about from divination studies and things like that.
I know that with people with, special divination gifts, they can help put meaning to either the past, present, or future. And depending on what kind of deck or placement you play could be the determination of that.
Without saying too much, she's going to kind of she had her deck kind of like tucked into her sleeve, like on the inside of her arm. And she's gonna pull it out, and without even looking, she's just gonna snap the deck open, and I'm assuming the same card is there.
Yes.
And she's gonna show it to her. Kind of, she's not like, oh hey, look at this. She's kind of like discreetly like showing her the card for a second. She looks up at her and like makes sure that she sees it, and she like closes her deck and like shoves it back up in her sleeve.
Roll sleight of hand.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
You slip out the card deck and flash the tower card to Maeve. Maeve, you recognize the tower card.
Oh.
I've been shuffling my deck all afternoon, and this is all I keep getting. I don't know if it's about tonight. I'm not trying to scare you.
We have to play it safe.
She kind of like, as she's like adjusting the deck in her sleeve, she kind of like pauses for a second, and then she actually pulls the deck back out, assuming that she has like another like couple seconds before they like come back with their drinks. And she asks Maeve to actually pull a card.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Can I pick?
Can you what?
Can I pick what card she pulls by chance, or do you want to do random?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, I guess it should be random, but
I was gonna do the Hangman.
I was going to do the Seven of Swords.
Seven of Swords upright, or just regular?
I don't know that much. Listen.
No, you're fine. So swords is betrayal, deception, that type of thing.
Yeah. So what I was looking at was deception and like sneaky behavior.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
So Maeve pulls one, and she looks over at it, and she sees the Seven of Swords.
Do you tell her, or do you keep it to yourself?
She shows her.
She kind of like lays it on top of her deck, like face up. And And she like stares at it for a second, and she's like, you can tell like she is super anxious. She like doesn't really know what to do with herself, and like not because of the card. And she's like, do you have any idea of the connection for this card for you?
Not particularly. I don't have an idea, but maybe someone we know is deceiving us. Maybe, hopefully, no one in our inner circle. Because I think of you guys as friends and someone who I've really genuinely known over the months.
She like looks up, and I assume like the group or the people that went to get the drinks are like walking back over. So she like flips the card back over and like tucks it back into her sleeve. And she kind of leans in and she like whispers really quietly. I mean, not whispers because it's probably like a little bit louder, but like just so that she can hear. And she's like, I can open that room too. Or I think I can open that room too.
That means
At this time, everyone else kind of like walks over, so the conversation like gets cut short. But those were who were at the drink table. It was Elzie and Cadence. So you guys, meanwhile, you go up to the drinks table where you see like a punch fountain, and the water or the liquid is like coming out of this like grand looking like cauldron. It's like spouting, and different cauldrons are like levitating and floating. As you see the top of the fountain, different colors are pouring into different potions or cauldrons, and then the cauldrons tip into floating like champagne flutes and martini glasses and things like that. You see there are some faculty workers like working the event, and things like that. Along the table, you see like vine work and leaves, and some little pumpkins and things like that. Um, but you just kind of see a mixture of people around. But Daphne and Astrid are on the other side of the table, and they're like talking to each other.
Should I wait for Sam?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, well, I mean, if not, like, Cadence will just go over and get. Well, she was going to look and see if there's any water with like cucumber or like any like green veggie like infused in it, maybe.
Yeah, you see some. There are some barrels, and then you see like like uh chalk in different drinks, and you see like honey mead, you see some like champagne, some tonal drinks and things like that. But then kind of sitting on a giant glass jar, you see ones that are infused like lemon, cucumber, strawberries, and like a cinnamon cloves are in there. You can see that's kind of full. Not a lot of people are drinking just water. But yeah.
Okay, she'll get one water with cucumber in it for Mar because she doesn't see any with kelp, but she figures that's got to be close enough. And then she'll go over to like the fountain, like the cascading fountain, and with Elzie, she'll get a drink for herself and for Elzie.
Okay. And you head back to the table.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head back over to the table. One Marcella found one. Mar, where did you find it?
She was plotting to make a quick little escape, so it's kind of like tucked away in the back corner, like near the door, but like in the shadows a little bit, so they can like just like leave when they need to.
Okay.
So she's like kind of like has that in mind when she's looking for her table.
Okay. When you guys do arrive to the table, you see that there are some like hors d'oeuvres and things like that, all around the table. And as you find it, the little place card like magically signs your name. So like you see Marcella written on one of the place cards now at that table. And then you see um Ingrid and Maeve's written on their place cards too. And then as soon as Elzie and Cadence come up, their names are like in gold emblazoned, like as you kind of sit down at this five person table.
Cadence will hand the water to Mar. Be like, here, they didn't have any kelp water, but this is cucumber water. If that's not good enough, you might be able to put like some lettuce in it. I don't know, but here you go.
I'm sure it's just fine. And she just drinks it. She probably likes it.
Yeah, it's just got taste of, cucumber, lemon, strawberries, and cinnamon cloves.
This is great. It's actually sweet.
Good. Yeah, glad you like it. And she'll clink her glass with Elzie's and take a drink.
Elzie will take a drink. So what should we do first, guys?
Oh no, it's okay.
Well, I'm
Um,
sure they will start up with the ceremony soon, and then hopefully once they start the music, we can head out.
Okay.
We're not gonna dance?
I think we should dance at least one.
I don't want to head out right away.
Do you think we'll have time?
I mean, we're gonna make time.
as you kind of let the night start to settle in, you're seeing some classmates, and you're also seeing alumni from the school as well. Something in your heart, Maeve, kind of patters like maybe Aspen would come to an alumni event. Maybe you'd see him. Just kind of that feeling of like maybe he's here, maybe he's not. You never know. As they're mingling with students, and some students are like trying to like nudge their way and schmooze their way to get like good jobs after school and things like that. But you're starting to see that less and less people are entering the ballroom and starting to sit down. Um, the music falls silent, and a spotlight shines upon a second floor balcony as Headmistress Avis approaches the railing. She's wearing a resplendent gown made of golden scrolls. Magic amplifies her voice, carrying it throughout the hall. Um, let's see. Students, faculty, alumni, and honored guests of Wakefield, welcome to the All Hallows Eve Ball. I know many of you have been looking forward to this night as much as I have, and I promise it will be a night to remember. She gestures toward a statue of Albert Wakefield among the hall's many marble-covered busts. Centuries ago, wise old Albert established this place as a reserve for dragons, and every year of this every day, he would bring people together to celebrate the long lives of dragons and those who have passed on. On Halloween night, it is said that the veil between that of the living and that of the dead is at its thinnest. So Albert could talk to the ancient dragons that came here before him and ask them hundreds of questions. He wanted to bring magi from all over the world together to show the potential of his mission to enlighten all about the wonders of dragons and to create a night of revelry and magic. Tonight, we are honored by the presence of his wisdom once again, for history lives here at Wakefield, and nothing is ever truly forgotten. Now, you've all been promised an enchanted evening, so one and all, dance the night away. And then she kind of like steps down as the music starts to pick up and people start to like mingle on the dance floor, and dance as kind of the lights start to dim a little bit. And the smell of fall kind of drifts through the ballroom. The hors d'oeuvres have been replaced. This time it's now roast chicken and beef and brisket and dinner rolls and roasted potatoes and broccolinis and salads and things like that for like the main course, for those who wish to dine.
Mara's
Wow.
gonna lean in a little bit and be like, That felt a little ominous for what's going to happen tonight.
Ominous.
What do you mean?
I know what you
So,
mean.
What are you guys
death
talking
being
about?
close to the veil.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it is All Hallows Eve. That's what it's about.
It happens every year, and you're still here, so I'll
You
probably
three,
be fine.
Oh,
you
we're
three
about to
all
go see a
seem
dead
very
person's
serious.
place.
Well, yeah, I mean, but still, at least while we're at the ball, lighten up.
Yeah. Have fun now. Serious later.
Right. Exactly.
Maeve gives Ingrid a look, and then she nods and, eats a little bit of her roll, and she's like, okay, well, who wants to go dance?
Well, I do.
I do.
Come on, Mar, and she holds out her hand for Marstella.
As
Mar
soon
takes
as you
it.
as soon as you guys get up from your seats, your plate of food and drink kind of disappear. Um, and then like if you were to sit back down, your food reappears so that it's safe, no one can poison it, no one can steal your food, things like that.
Okay.
Magic.
Noise.
That's nifty.
Cadence, do you want to dance?
Yeah. Let's go.
We head off to the dance floor.
I feel a little silly. I have to be honest.
Why?
Because I only come up to your knees.
I mean, is that gonna stop you from having fun?
No, but I don't know. It seems like it might be clumsy to dance together. She'll reach for Elsie's hands.
You don't have to slow dance if you feel like it's gonna be weird. We can just boogie on down.
We'll we'll see what song's playing.
Mara's also going to grab Ingrid's hand as she grabs Maeve's to like pull her with. Be like, no, we're all dancing together. We have to stay together. Especially tonight.
She'll get up with her easily and like
Right.
walk out to like dance with them.
Okay. So, kind of the music picks up, and you guys, as people are dancing around, fall like leaves start to fall from the trees and stuff and onto the dance floor, and then they disappear as soon as it touches the ground. Just like it's very whimsical and magical. Some people have enchanted their outfits and are like floating around the ballroom, dancing and floating above the crowd, just trying to get their own special places. As kind of classical songs start the morning or the beginning of the ball. Um, so you're starting to see more people kind of come to the dance floor. It gets a little crowded. But you do see like Astrid and Daphne, they're off dancing with some boys, some very popular guys, and the popular guys are dancing with the popular girls. And as you kind of dance around, you notice a boy in blue and a girl in green sitting off to the side up against the wall underneath a portrait. Um, one looks happily in reverie with a drink in their hand, the other looks absolutely terrified.
I wonder what he's so worried about. And Elzie will kind of like nod in the direction of that boy that looks super nervous.
Cadence will keep dancing with Elzie, however well they're doing as they talk. She'll be like, "Isn't that Eliot and Sapphiria?"
It
It is.
is.
Yeah. Do you think Evie's gonna show?
I have a strong feeling that. Well, let's just put it this way. I'd be more concerned if she didn't show tonight.
Seems like something she'd pull, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, every ball has to have its queen.
I'm sure Elliot's okay. He's kind of skittish. I don't imagine this is his scene, being in a
Should we
big room full of people.
like dance over there and make sure he's okay?
Sure, let's do it.
Elzie and
And
Cadence kind of like dance on over to Caden or Elliot and did I say the
yeah,
wrong names?
yeah, Elliot and Sapphiria, but I think that they're having like genuine fun. Like there's a real chemistry, like genuine fun feeling between them as they dance.
Definitely.
All right, Mar, like I showed you, this is a little bit different, but here. And she's just like, since there's three of us, we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're all going to take hands and slowly dance like this. And she kind of is a little distracted. She's looking around the ballroom to see if she can spot Aspen.
Roll investigation.
14.
You're keeping your eye around the room, looking for, your brother. Um, but you haven't been able to spot exactly him.
Is
Yeah, we
everything
have to.
okay?
Yes, I saw other alumni here, and I was hoping maybe my
Oh.
brother would show. That's all.
Siblings. Can't live with them, can't live without them. And she continues to dance.
Yeah. And she looks over at Ingrid. Her eyes just like trying not to bug out of her skull.
She like feels her looking at her, but she keeps like she's very like protective of like her arm, like where her deck is tucked into her sleeve. Um she's like not moving it all too much and like making sure that her deck doesn't like shake out of her sleeve or something. And so um she's not really like moving too much. Like you can tell that she's like, okay, I'm doing it, but also like uncomfortable.
Mara's definitely in her own little world that's spinning around with her hands up, not caring what she looks like.
I'm glad you can enjoy this, Mar.
This is so much fun. I'm in a dress. I have shoes with pointy little thingies on the heel, and it's snowing leaves.
I'm gonna go get myself something to drink. We didn't have a chance earlier. Do you want anything, Ingrid? Ingrid,
Um, she will she'll come along. I want to take a look at what all they have.
Mar will be right back.
No problem.
Don't get too crazy out here.
I'll try not to, whatever that means.
So you go over to the drink table where the fountain is spewing off in different cauldrons and pouring different goblets and flutes and glasses and things like that. Um, and one of the workers is in like an auburn looking blazer with red pants, and his bow tie looks like leaves. They have like painted masks that look like fall, like autumnal leaves that kind of go into his hair and things like that. He goes, "Oh yes, what could I get for you?"
Uh, do you have any wine? Something fruity?
Well, our specialty tonight is what I call the autumnal drink. It's got pear brandy, applejack, sherry, maple syrup, and apple bitters in it. I can serve it warm or cold.
Hmm. Cold, please.
Perfect. This is one, and a fountain like spews out into a cauldron, tips over, and then a glass forms in your hand as the liquid just pours beautifully, perfect to the top.
Thank you.
And for you, my dear, might I ask, what is your favorite? I do have other drinks, such as the Fall from the Tree or the Pumpkin Buck.
I'm not a fan of pumpkin, but I'll try the other one.
Okay, the fall from the tree. Now, see, with the fall from the tree, it is quite good. Um, I can do either bourbon or scotch. What would you prefer?
Scotch.
Scotch, perfect. And he whips his wand, a little sprinkle of magic spewed out of it. As you see, like from the trees, like the leaves of the trees from above, you see like water start to like swizzle its way around the cauldron, pour in. The cauldron tips over. A stein pours in your hand, and you see it, and it steams at the top. Applejack and scotch with some apple and lemon juices. There's a cinnamon syrup, and aromatic bitters. Um, Normally, you can put a pumpkin spice on top, but since you don't like it, I figured you'd like this. I call it, um, yes, the fall from the tree, of course.
Well, thank you. And she like takes like a small like sniff of it. And she kind of like nods and she's like she kind of like cheers to him kind of and she
Yeah,
like turns her way and like takes a sip.
of course, madame.
As they start to walk back, she looks over at Ingrid. How long have you known?
Oh, this whole time.
She's going to look over at Ingrid and she's going to take a hefty drink.
Ingrid does the same. And as she like pulls the drink away from her lips, she says, "I wasn't planning on telling you or anyone. It was supposed to be my little secret. Knew who you were. But then I kept drawing that card, and I just feel like tonight is going to be bad. And I figured you should know if you could not tell anybody else in the group right now tonight." And she like
I-
takes another huge drink.
Well, just to let you know, Elliot knows who you are.
I know.
And I actually asked him not to tell me. Because, like I said, I truly meant to protect you. But you already knew, and I'm glad that you did tell me. I'm sorry whatever our name has, if it's caused you grief or anything. I know it's not my responsibility.
Mm. I mean, I haven't exactly been known as a Vane, so the name hasn't done jack shit for me.
Would you like it to?
No, I don't need the validation of being in some secret society and whatever your father has going on now, which Lord knows what that is. But
My
I also
father, I
want you
think you
to know,
are.
well, I also want you to know that while I came to the school with a hatred for all of the Vanes, you have changed that, but I still have it out for our dad.
Well, I'm glad I could change your mind that not all of us are bad. That means a lot, actually. Just because I'm not who my parents are. And thank you for saying that. I promise I won't say anything, but if you feel that they must know, I'll make sure that it's you who tell them, not me. It's your secret.
I don't really know what they need to know for.
Well,
I mean, you're the only one that needs to know. We're the ones that are going to be in danger.
but they're along for the ride. They could be part casualties if anything were bad to happen. So, I will let you do it on your own time whenever you feel it is right. But I'm just saying, secrets could be helpful, you know, in certain times, but not helpful in others.
She kind of like, oh, she takes like another smaller sip, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll think about sharing if the time ever comes to need it." And she like takes another drink.
Are
What, I call
Elsie
you sister now? She jokes as she walks back towards Mar.
and Cadence are walking over to Sapphiria and Eliot, correct?
Dancing to Sapphiria and
Oh, okay.
Eliot.
So, let me see here. Elliot and Sapphiria, yeah, they're kind of just like watching the ballroom and everyone dancing and things like that. And Elliot like has his hands like in front of them like clasped, like just very awkward, very rigid, very nervous. While Sapphiria is just drinking a drink, very casual, very just kind of like in awe um of the ball. And Elliot just kind of looks at her and he's like, I'm really nervous.
Well, understandable. There is a lot of people here. A lot of people that you would like to impress, I assume.
I mean,
Or did I just make it worse?
yeah, but it's okay. Um, I mean, like, there's a lot of alumni here, and I have to make an impression on myself. And if I'm going to become an apprentice by the 4th year, like, I know I have to do things, but just I'm too awkward.
No. I mean, maybe in a social setting, but other settings are, I think, kind of actually normal, to be honest.
When it's just me, you, and a book in between us.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that all that matters?
Yeah, maybe, but the world of academics, like, I mean, you write theses and dissertations, and you have to study things and make a breakthrough for yourself. And if I waste my time here at Wakefield, like not proving to the world of what I can be, I don't know. I just maybe it isn't me. Maybe this whole people thing isn't me.
Well,
Being in a tower for the rest of my life just sounds nice.
I mean, if that is truly what you want, you can still make a name for yourself and be in that tower. You don't have to always be around everybody. There is astral projection, if you feel the need. But I, f- I really do think that you will become somebody. Like, just have this feeling. I don't know. And you do great things, and you
Well,
have
thanks.
outshined
Yeah, but what if that's all I'm known for?
being smart.
Yeah, would that be so bad?
Well, no, but it's what you want. Mm, That's what you want to be validated with, I guess what I'm saying. Do you
That's
only want to
fair.
be known as smart?
I mean, like, when it comes down to it, I just I don't know. I just can't help but feel that there's something more that we're supposed to be doing. I don't know. It's just a feeling. Will you get it?
No, I get it. I might be new to this world, but it does feel like that pull we talked about.
Yeah. And thanks for telling me about where you come from. It makes me not feel so alone.
Well, I mean, it's actually kind of good to know that you're also not from here. It made things a lot easier to explain. So I really thought you were going to think I was crazy.
No, that's what everyone else thinks.
That I'm crazy.
We're both crazy. Speaking of crazy, I think that's
What are they
Cadence and
doing?
Elsie dancing over here.
How's it going?
Oh, hey.
And
Um,
Elzie like shimmies over. What are you guys talking about?
Sapph kind of straightens up a little bit, and she looks a little bit more like proper and not slouched over like she was, and she holds up drink. Oh, we're just admiring the bowl, that's all. The
My
stakes
Ellie?
are big.
God. Because, well, Elliot, you kind of look terrified, even from all the way over there.
isn't that obvious?
Maybe your friends.
Well,
What's
I
the
the fact that I
matter?
only have a few, I mean, I don't
What's
know, just
going on?
existential crisis.
Hey, we've all been there.
I could give you a confidence spell.
No, it's not something I want to solve by magic.
You know, it's all in your head. Whatever you're worried everyone's thinking about you, it either isn't real or it doesn't matter. Like, the ones that matter already care about you and support you.
I guess that's fair.
Fuck
I
them,
don't know.
you know?
Yeah,
In the
you're right.
present, when are we ever gonna get to do this stuff again? I mean,
Next year.
At the spring ball.
sure there'll be
Christmas
other
ball.
opportunities, but not like this one. You don't know what this night's capable of.
Right,
No,
the
you're
first
right. Life is short.
ball of Wakefield, and I'm spending it sitting on the edge of a wall. But
Do you want to go dancing?
How do we change it? Come on, Elliot. Have some fun.
no, it's okay. I appreciate it though. But I'm sure that Albert the statue is gonna have his annual announcement or whatever he does soon.
Okay, then we'll pass the time in the meanwhile. Come on, dance with us.
Mm, I I feel like we should be preparing for the little excursion we'll be going on soon.
What, preparing for the worst? That certainly looks like what you've been doing.
That's kind of my specialty.
You can have 5 minutes of fun.
We all get a drink to, you know.
Let's get him drunk.
No,
I
that's not what I'm saying. Tonight we need to focus for sure, but one drink wouldn't hurt, I'm sure.
Come on, Elliot. What do you
I
say?
don't drink, but I will have another lavender lemonade.
Okay. Wanna go get drinks?
Sure,
Cadence?
let's go.
Okay. Sapphiria, do you want anything?
a champagne with raspberries, please.
Okay.
As they walk away, she's gonna be like, do you think we should spike Elliot's drink?
If he said he doesn't drink, we probably should respect that as his friend.
He's like 16 years old.
But I get what you're saying.
He just needs to loosen up a little.
Well, I'd love to see him smile too, but you can't force him to. He's just gonna have a worse time. So the
That's
most
true.
we can do is crack a few jokes and maybe get him to smile or something. But tonight is kind of stressful. I get why he'd be feeling this way.
I have to admit, I might be in a little bit of denial about how stressed I am about Malstair.
I mean, I don't know. We're all gonna die one way or another, right?
Die?
I mean,
We're not gonna die.
well, yeah, but that's the worst outcome that can happen tonight. And you just, I don't know. Can't
Suddenly,
live life worrying about that.
the music fades, dancers drift off the floor, and the hall falls silent as lights rise to illuminate the statue of Albert Wakefield. After a moment's stillness, the statue speaks. Students of Wakefield, Albert says in a voice that booms through the hall, yet echoes as if coming from afar. Always remember the chain of which you are a part. Wisdom is shared, learned, added to, and passed on. Links are added and lost, but the chain of tradition connects us all. Those of us who were, who are, and who are yet to come. You are bonded, students of Wakefield, to one another and to those you'll never know. Never doubt the wondrousness of what you've learned or your remarkable place you hold as the link between the past and the future. This night, we are but one community, knowing no boundaries of role, heritage, or time. A thunderous applause echoes throughout the ball. But be warned, the statue of Albert unexpectedly continues. There is a harsh lesson you have yet to learn. When the mistakes of the past are forgotten, that past will return to haunt the present. Beware. Beware of the shadow that reaches for you even now. And there's just like a dull, like kind of bewilderment as the statue like returns to its like statuesque form. Some people clap, some people are just like whatever. Some people are just like, that was strange. But you all arrive back at the table. It is nearing the time that you all had thought about to leave. It's the perfect opportunity to sleep out.
Maeve looks one last time around the room to see if she can see Aspen.
Roll perception.
"13."
You do not see any traces of your brother.
He looks around. Ready to go study?
Yes,
Oh, right.
I am
yeah.
ready.
Guess
I'm
it's
pretty
time.
tired.
Yep, we got that homework due. Gotta go do it.
Right.
Should we all go together or like one at a time to make it less noticeable?
Let's just go. You guys are overthinking. Come on.
All together will look less suspicious. I mean, we'd all be together tonight anyway. We all live together, so.
True.
Alright.
Okay.
So as you leave the ball, you kind of head back down the corridor and you kind of see some stragglers or some other ball goers sitting on the edges of the windows, and some of them are drunk, some of them are crying because of who knows what. Some of them are making out in those dark, shadowy corners of the halls. But eventually, you meet all together in kind of a shadowy corridor on the second floor by the library, where Elliot stops you all, and he opens up his bag, takes his wand out, and you see him cast a spell as your outfits turn into like a normal kind of outfit for your adventuring time. That way you're not just in heels and dresses and all that, trying to sneak around.
Oh,
Okay.
thank
That
God.
was nifty.
I
Yeah.
was so ready for regular shoes.
This is just a glamour. It's not real, so it'll end in a couple hours. But that should be plenty enough time.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Right.
Oh, where do we go first?
Well, do we have to worry about Madame Library Keeper,
Violet.
Violet?
Violet?
She's no. She's back at the ball, along with the other ghosts of the school.
So we just go to
Okay.
the Scriptorium.
We'll
We have to
find
find
it
it first.
Well, Maeve?
You're the one who can see it.
Let's go in. It'll
Too bad.
appear as we walk around.
It's too bad we don't know who the other Vane is.
It's safer if they're not here, though. If we get all three together, that would be trouble.
Hmm.
What would happen?
Probably
mean,
something not
Else our
good.
mic pop out.
Hmm.
He needs all three to come back.
The library is left abandoned, and the only distant echoes of books flapping from shelf to shelf can be heard. A few oil lamps have been left on, casting golden light onto the midnight blues of the library. Making your way down its endless aisles of tomes and scrolls, eventually you hear a pulsing vibration from down a corridor. The very same vibration you remember feeling when you found Malastare Scriptorium on your first day at Wakefield.
This way, guys. And Maeve had hidden her wand in her corset, and she had pulled it out. So she's ready.
Down
This way.
Down at the end of a lonely, moonlit corridor is a large stone archway that looks like there was a door once there. Now it is covered up in an ancient flagstones where torches flank the archway. As you approach, a spark lights both of them, casting an eerie glow. On either side of the archway are intricate pedestals in crumbling rock.
What opening spells do we know here?
Missentia?
Well,
Hmm.
knowing Maeve, I feel like can open it.
I thought Maeve had cast Missentia before. Or was it Revelous?
Revelous, I think.
I think it was Revelous. I'll cast it again. And
Okay.
she casts Revelous on the door.
You see, on the archway, up top of it, golden ember writing says, "Twins must face death to enter."
Maybe.
It could just be a riddle.
What twins would this be talking about?
Aspen isn't here, and we're not twins. But maybe they're talking about siblings? But I looked. I couldn't see him in the ballroom.
And no one else is related that we know of? Do we know any twins?
Oh,
I mean,
guys,
she's a twin.
I have a
Cadence?
twin sister. Yeah, I do.
How much death would you have to face?
Maybe it's not about me or Clara. I mean, maybe it's other twins.
Well, what sense would it make to put that somewhere if it doesn't, like above the door, if it doesn't have pertain to getting in the door?
Can you say
Wait,
it again?
is it a
Sorry.
portal?
It could be a portal. I mean,
Is it like the funhouse mirrors where they just walked through them?
Cadence will reach out and touch the door.
You feel an awful vibration of dark, dangerous magic as your finger approaches the door. Do you continue?
No, she will step backwards and step back behind Elsie's leg, and she's going to be like, guys, don't touch it. I don't know. It's giving me a bad feeling.
Okay, so what if...
What if it's just two people have to do it at once?
Reach to the door at one time?
Both cast Revelius.
Wonder if it
Maybe.
has to be related. We can
And
try.
it just be any two people. Ingrid, do you want to help me out?
She like makes eye contact with her as she like slowly pulls her wand out, and she like nods and then looks at the door.
1, 2, 3. Revelius.
The pedestals on either side of the archway tinge with golden light before dissipating.
We have to step on the pedestals. How high are they?
They're like chest high, and there's like crumbling rock on top of it.
Maybe we just have to touch it. Maeve puts her wand in her like little wand slot on his little holder, and she holds out her hand and she looks over at Ingrid. Or if someone else wants to try.
She'll
I'm
like
not-
shake her head and she's like, it's okay, I got it. And she like reaches out towards the pedestal.
3, 2, 1.
You feel cold stone with your hand.
Nothing's happening, guys.
All right, let's think here. I wonder if it's anything like the gates to get in. We had to.
Elliot steps forward, examining the stones. These stones look like they were once a part of something.
What do you mean?
Like they're broken.
Maybe there's a piece missing we have to put back?
Or we have to repair them. There's an O.
Repair it.
There's a what?
Oh no, a remendo.
Ah, yes. Elzie, do you guys want to cast it?
I mean, somebody just cast it. It doesn't matter who. It's a cantrip.
Mark
Elzie
is gonna
cast.
say
Okay, perfect.
remendo.
Stones on the first pedestal start to move as they form into a globe-looking shape, and then upon closer inspection, you see that it looks like a stone skull.
Ooh.
Maybe this is the death that the door was talking about?
That makes sense. Yeah, I like that. Nothing to do with us.
Does
Trey,
the... Go ahead.
Sorry. Can you say the riddle again? It cut out when you said it the first time. I'm
When
sorry.
twins must face death to enter.
Does the skull come back together on top of the pedestal already?
Yes.
Okay.
But there's another pedestal. Someone has to cast it again.
Elzie looks at the other pedestal and casts Remendo.
Stones vibrate and levitate before shaping a second skull.
Maybe
Do we have to kill the skulls?
twins have to look at the skulls?
I mean, I am a twin, but it's not like I can get Clara here. I don't see how that would help us in any way.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I mean, Elliot, what do you think?
So it says twins must face death to enter. I think you're thinking twins too literally. Twins could also just mean two of a kind.
Oh, okay. That's not a bad idea. What do we have two of a kind here?
You have
The
both of these
skulls.
skulls.
So we
So
just
we need
face
to-
the skulls toward each other?
Like, we need to make
we
it
need to
symmetrical.
destroy them.
Destroy them? Just make it symmetrical. Why would you destroy it?
Does it not say twins must face death and they were destroyed? We had to fix them.
But maybe they just need to face the direction of death. Like, they need to face
that
the same
direction?
way towards... She's gonna look around the chamber and at the door and see if any details, like, remind her of, like, a death or a grave or the Grim Reaper, anything like that.
What if we just turn the skulls to face each other?
It would be facing death because the skulls are death.
The dead.
And it would be symmetrical. Let's try it.
Okay, I'll
Maeve,
touch.
Ingrid, why don't you both do it?
Okay. And she goes towards the skull and just hovers her hand while she waits for her friend to get ready.
She like stands next to it and also puts her hand out.
3, 2, 1, and she moves the skull so they're facing each other.
You can hear the grinding of stone as the two skulls face each other. Their eyes glow red, and a magic beam of light hits the center and then goes into the door. As the door starts to creak and fade away, allowing you into the next part of the room.
All right.
Nice.
Someone must have been here to put this up. Because remember how easy it was to walk in before?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's open now. We might as well go in, right?
Maeve
That's
takes a
right.
deep breath and is the first one to step through.
Entering
Ingrid
into
follows.
Okay. Entering into an antechamber, it looks different than last time. It's almost as if the Scriptorium is challenging you to best it. Two half-spiral staircases flank either side of the room, leading to an upper floor. In the center, between the two staircases, on the wall, is a stone head of a beast with scowling eyes, horns, and fangs. Below it is an altar of sorts where candles flicker to life.
Oh my. Okay. Cadence
Maeve,
will.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say walk forward, and she's gonna investigate the altar, see what all's on it.
Roll investigation.
An 11.
You can see on the altar that there is no dust that has been collected, almost as if someone has been here recently.
What if we cast Revelous on it and see if it's enchanted?
Go ahead. It looks like somebody used it recently. Like, look, it's newly set. There's no dust or anything.
I guess it's worth a shot. Do you think this is gonna mess anything up, Elliot?
Um, I don't know, but just be careful. You're starting to lose a lot of your spell slots.
Elzie will cast Revelous on the altar.
Okay. Um, when you cast Revelous, you see kind of the sparkle of the magic shoot out of your wand and onto the altar, where you see just a glimpse of a hooded figure for a moment and then disappears.
Did anyone else see that?
See what?
I saw a hooded figure, but it disappeared pretty quickly. Okay, I mean, that doesn't really tell us anything, so Elzie will just keep looking around.
Maeve is going to look at the statue on the wall of the beast. And she's just going to investigate it real quick to see if there's any writing that they missed or anything like that, or if it's just pure decorum.
Roll investigation. You said 15.
Mhm.
You run your hands over this kind of gargoylish bestial out the wall. You feel the cold stone um of it. And then when you run your fingers over its teeth, your hand catches on one of its teeth and it moves forward and you hear the clanking of something and a soft hiss.
Guys, what was that?
I was just looking over the statue. She's going to move the teeth again or the mouth and see if it continues or if that's what she did to just open something.
As you back on uh the clanking and the hiss is a little louder, and then as soon as you pull it back, it goes away.
Hmm.
Maybe we shouldn't touch that.
Or maybe we need to touch more teeth.
What?
No, no.
Well,
It
let's
sounds
go
like
upstairs to see if there's anything else that is here. Maybe there's a different another portion.
That's a good idea.
All right. So all of you take the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
When you take the stairs, as you start to go up, you see the door dissipate into the wall as if a door had never been there anymore. And as soon as you get to the top landing, um, you see that there is um this landing is nothing remarkable save for a long table where cobwebbed bottles filled with sludge and strange liquids are scattered about. Next to the bottles is a faded scroll.
I'll pick up the scroll.
And you want to read it?
Yeah, pick it up and unfurl it. Check it out.
All right, here is what the scroll says.
If you're reading this now, a poisonous and invisible gas has begun to fill the next room and will kill you within minutes of inhalation. I will use your body in my experiments, and none will be the wiser. However, should you best my riddle, I will see if you have what it takes to join the Grimsmen. On the table are 7 bottles. 1 holds the antidote, 3 holds wine, 3 holds death. Poison hides in the side of the bride. Either end is different, but won't help you survive. Halfling nor mountain hold death inside, but the middle is what you seek. The second from the beginning and the end before the end are the same when you taste them. Be careful of the moon, for the sun burns bright. Drink the antidote to proceed forward, and don't let my past failures impede you. Holy shit, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Did it say anything about a time limit? Do we have a time limit?
Minutes.
Minutes. Got it. Great.
So it's not the smallest, it's not the biggest.
Can you repeat the rest of it?
Yeah, and she'll show the group, and I'm gonna paste it in the resources. The castle. If that's okay with you, Trey.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone can read the scroll now.
Yeah, she shows it to you.
Elsie, you can read it out loud. Again, if you want.
Let's see here. However, should you best my riddle, I will see if you have what it takes to join the Grimsmen. On the table are 7 bottles. 1 holds the antidote, 3 hold wine, and 3 holds death.
I gotta write this out.
Is he saying? Yes, he's
It's
talking
in
about
the
the
castle
quantity
chat, Lauren Jesse.
of the bottles. Poison hides on the side of the bride. And Elzie will look around to see if there's another statue in the room.
Hidden amongst the walls of this room, there looks like 4 statues, 2 on either side of the wall, um, are in the shadows of it. But then all of a sudden, the closer you get, the smell of rot and death fills your nose. As 4 statues, his past failures, are here to impede you. Roll for initiative.
Shit.
Oh shit.
So as you guys get your things, Elliot takes the scroll from Elzie and is like, I can decipher this. You guys just make sure those things stay off my back.
Okay.
Okay, we'll try.
I trust you.
All right, 25 through 20. 15 through 20.
17.
10 through 15. 5 through 10.
8.
Oh,
8.
I'm sorry. I got 11.
11. Maeve. My 8's roll again.
I got a 5.
A
16.
4 you got?
You said 8's roll again?
Yes.
18.
Were you waiting for me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. 16.
16. Okay. All right. So, yeah, 4 of his like from the riddle, his past failures have come to impede you on figuring out this riddle of the potions. Elliot is frantically going over the scrolls, looking at the bottles, trying to help in the best way he can. Logic is his tea. He's good at this. As long as you can keep the undead from reaching him, you guys will be able to survive. Let's go ahead and start with Elsie. You're first, son.
So Elzie is going to cast. She's going to cast Repello at one of them. Whatever one is closest to everybody, I guess.
Okay. Let's see here. Uh, Repello or Rependo?
Ooh, that's probably supposed to be Rependo. I
Okay.
probably just wrote it down wrong. Might be. So she will
Okay.
cast Rependo.
Okay. Okay. Must make a strength check. Okay, got a 3. So it takes, let's see here. Two D4, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. That done with your turn? Okay, Marcella, go ahead.
Mar is going to move kind of like to block Elliot as best she can with her body. And then she's gonna cast the closest one that is endangering him, Fractus.
Okay. Let's see
And
here.
I think it's a save.
It's a ranged spell attack.
Okay. 16 points of damage.
No, you need to roll AC. It's a ranged attack.
Oh,
I have that it is a con saving throw.
Oh,
yeah,
you
that's
create
what
a
I had
shard of
too.
ice and fling it at one creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 piercing damage. Hit or miss, the charge explodes. The target and the creature within 5 feet must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage.
Oh, I don't
That's
have
in the
that.
spell book.
Oh, that's different from what we have.
Is it like a saving throw and an attack roll, or should it be one or the other?
So no. So may you make a ranged spell attack against the target. And then if it hit or miss, that fractal shard explodes. The target and each creature within 10 feet of that explosion has to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 full damage. So yeah, just go. It's okay. Go ahead and roll that, and also here, so you guys can have. And also, I'm gonna give you full access to this spell book. There's the page, so you can use any spell on this sheet. This is all spells you've learned this semester, so don't stress. You can use. You don't have to have any prepared spells. You can just use whatever's on that spells book. So, what'd you get for the ranged attack?
But on the thing it says it's instant.
Okay, I'll read it again. You create a dice and fling it at one creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the
So it's not instant.
duration is instantaneous, meaning as soon as you cast it, the spell goes out, meaning you don't have to prepare it. It's not a ritual. It doesn't take concentration. It is an instantaneous spell. That doesn't mean it instantaneously hits your target.
22.
22 hits. So it takes 1d10 piercing damage, and then it explodes as well. There is another one within 5 feet, and they have to survive a dexterity saving throw. The first one is 16, the second one is 5. Any dexterity plus 2, so 17, 18, and then 6, 7. 7 for dex saving throw. So let's see. Okay, perfect. Let's see. So it got that one 2d6. So the first one freezes up in ice. It completely is frozen solid. The other one, it has like ice shards coming out of it. All right. Next is Ingrid. Are you done with your
Um,
turn, Ash?
Yeah, I'm done.
Ingrid.
okay, so you said we can use any
Any
first.
spell. And yeah.
Okay. Um, she is going to use Herbivia and snare 'em.
Okay. Herbivia and snare 'em. Okay.
Yeah. I Okay, so I have to
Succeed. Okay, so no, you cast it. So where do you want to put that in the field?
Um, preferably just under the creatures and like not us.
On the side of the one where there's the frozen one, or the other side where they have not been attacked yet?
Oh, the side where they have not been attacked yet.
Okay. So yeah, they are both within range for both of those. So the character or the creature must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by it. So the first one is a 6 plus 0. Okay, so that one fails. And ooh, a nat 1. So they both are restrained. So what does that magic look like as you cast that spell? What does it look like for you?
I mean, as she pulls out her wand and like watches the other creature get frozen, she goes for like another entrapment spell to like keep them from moving towards Elliot. So she kind of turns her body and like grounds herself down as she like shoots her magic towards the ground as like the like green vines start to like slowly just come up and like wrap around the creature's like feet and ankles, and slowly like taking over their legs until they can't like walk anymore.
Okay, perfect. All right. Next is Maeve.
So how many total do we have?
There are 3 still alive. Well, undead.
Yes. Okay, about the one that has been attacked by ice shards, she is going to cast Expelliarmus.
2 of them are entangled in the vines. I'm sorry. Yeah, because they both got entangled. So the one entangled side or the one on the other side.
The one with the fractals in it, because if they're
Okay.
wet, the electricity is going to hurt worse.
Okay. What
And
are you
she rolled
casting?
Expelliarmus.
Okay, Exfolius. Being
Exfolius.
okay. Yeah.
I rolled a 16.
That hits.
Fantastic. And 11 points of damage.
Okay. So you can. And then with that spell, you can continue to use that spell. You don't have to recast. What does that magical energy look like for you?
So when she casts it, you see light purple, like it looks like bright light lightning coming out of her wand, but the ends of it, like surrounding it like in a nice glow, is a soft purple.
Okay. Okay, I like that. So it hits the other one. Let's see here.
I didn't realize how what you were asking about, like what it
Oh,
looked like.
no,
That
you're
sounds
okay.
much better than what I did.
You're okay.
Sorry.
You're okay. So 8 points of lightning damage. On that guy. He's looking hurt, that's for sure. All right.
If anyone
Cadence.
cares
Yeah.
to know, Ingrid's magic is also purple. Just so
Ooh,
you know.
we love the. All right, Cadence.
Cadence is gonna cast Igneo
On.
on the tangled side and try to hope that maybe if she can light them on fire, maybe multiple of them will kind of catch since they're all
Yeah.
sort of knotted together.
Yeah. You said
Um,
Igneo, the
yeah,
cantrip.
it's a dex saving throw.
Okay.
We can use that also yogurt too. That's fine.
Alrighty, let's see here. First one 7. Second one is 6. So yeah, they both fail.
They both fail. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's 3d6 fire damage. Should I roll it?
Yeah, you can.
So 8 damage for both of them.
Okay. So you kind of just see that the magic of the plants as it catches on fire, giving them just this glowing, fireball. What does that magic look like?
So Cadence holds her wand out and casts Igneo, and it shoots out of the tip of her wand, which has that special Fey crystal. And it looks like this sort of like pale, like almost like a cream colored, like white magic. Like it's a very pure magic that comes from like the Fey crystal. So I'm just making this up, and it shoots out. And it hits them, and that cream color gets over the next second or two like darker into a rich orange, and then red, and then finally blue, and then it like just like bursts into flames and engulfs all of it.
Nice. What does Sapphiria do?
Sapph is going to cast probably
Okay.
in Ignatius with her green fire.
Okay.
Against I guess probably the Tangle and Vine ones as
Okay.
well, keeping up with what Cadence is doing.
Okay. Let's see here. Man, that room would smell goddamn disgusting. Okay. Let's see. Make a ranged spell attack.
Okay. Let me get Sapph die. She is. A natural 20. I don't
Like,
have stats for Sapph,
no,
but
you're fine. Okay. Double So double damage. You cast Igni Dios. And this green. Oh yeah, go ahead, describe it. You kill them both. So
This like twinning green flames just like fly at them with like this rage she has that she's afraid that they're gonna hurt her best friend. She's like, "You stay away from him," and
so
then she steps in front of Elliot. So
they just erupt in smoke and ash. As the heat of the room is like, oof, a little bit. There is only one left who is shambling towards the table. It doesn't get to attack or anything like that because of how far away it is. So it gets about halfway to the table. Back up to Elzie.
So I forgot to ask you about this. If now's not a good time, that's totally fine.
You're
But does Elzie get hellish rebuke since she's a tiefling? And
You're level 3 now.
mm-hmm.
Let me see what I have. I think so. Third level, you cast Hellish Rebuke as a second level spell. So that would be your only second level spell. But yes, absolutely.
I don't know if it's.
Oh wait,
worth
no, it's just a trait. No, you're fine. It doesn't expend your second level slot. Nope, it's a trait. You're good. It
Okay.
uses it as a second level spell.
But it essentially doesn't cost me anything. Is what you're
No,
saying?
it's a trait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, then I will cast Hellish Rebuke at the last remaining zombie.
You just can't use it again until a long rest.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, then, oh man.
Nope, it's been said. I'm just kidding. Since there was some rules,
No,
it's fine.
it's fine.
If you don't, okay. So, you send it back. Let's see, a dexterity saving throw to the last guy. Let's see. 10 plus 2 is 12. Let's see. It fails, so it's gonna take 2d10 fire damage. Do you want to roll that?
You said 2d10?
Yep.
Okay. 2 plus 2, 4.
Okay. So, the last one kind of shrivels up in some fire and smoke and nothingness. As they all kind of shamble and disintegrate. Let's see here. And as Elliot looks through, he's like, okay, it's this one. And he picks it up. And there's just enough for everyone. Except for 2.
What? So.
I'll stay behind. That's what Sapph says. She's like, I don't need to go.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? What?
Same.
But
it's you guys that need to go forward.
But that means you guys have to stay here and die, right?
And also not help us.
No, the riddle, it says a poisonous and invisible gas has begun to fill the room in the next room, not this room.
We'll be okay.
Okay.
Well,
Trust
in
me,
that
I'll keep
case,
them safe.
Yeah.
we'll catch up with you guys later.
Be careful.
Yep.
Should we?
Then,
You too.
he hands over the bottle. By the way, I did not have a solution to the potion. So if you said it's the green one, it's the green one. I literally just wrote some stuff that sounded cool, but like there's no solution.
We did it.
Oh no, because I needed to make stuff that also didn't make sense, but also if it came down to it, you could figure it out. But what did you think which one it is?
Me?
Yeah.
I said it was the green one.
Are you sure? Would you bet your life on that?
We are.
I think it's the yellow one.
I thought
I
it was
did-
the green.
It's either the yellow or the green. The only reason I don't think it's the yellow one is because be careful of the moon, for the sun burns bright.
Same.
I would just die if I had a riddle like this in real life.
But I crossed them off as they went, like, but poison holds for the side of the bride, and halfling nor mountain can hold death inside. So I crossed off the biggest one and the littlest one, and the two on the end, or the second from the beginning, and the end before the end, or the end before the end, are the same as you when you taste them. So I crossed those off. And the ones I came up with is yellow or green, and I picked green because the sun burns bright.
Perfect. I like it. So pick
Oh,
green one and hands
hate
it
that.
to you guys. You
Big
what?
drinks.
I did it. I wasn't watching the picture at all, so I'm like, how do you know
Oh.
what the colors are?
Oh.
Oh.
Let's see.
Should we discuss a place to meet back up later?
That's probably a smart idea. Yeah.
Back in your room.
Okay.
Cool.
Elzie
Alright.
will take a sip of the potion.
Cadence as well.
Bottoms up.
Marcel will as well.
Good luck, you guys.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Alright. So let's see. You pass through an empty chamber before eventually coming to the room that you had seen before, as you have left Elliot and Sapph behind. The room has a mix of ancient and dark artifacts. Some are cursed, others are fine. As you look around the room, you just see skulls and books and globes and armor and chalkboards and just a plethora of um just awful things. Where then it takes you a moment, but it almost looks like a giant spider is hanging from the ceiling through its web upside down. But then after a moment, you see a grotesque and awful looking corpse um of Elodie.
Oh my god.
Is that
So-
It's
Elodie?
her.
Oh no.
Okay,
What
so
do we do? We need to get her down.
No.
well,
What?
let's not. I mean, we can come back to that. Like that's not a right now task. We need to figure out what we're
There's
doing.
a fellow student's body hanging there. What if that was you?
Listen, I'm not saying
Or
we don't get
me.
her down. I'm just saying now is not the time. If we get her down and that big spider gets upset, what are we gonna do about that?
There's no giant spider. It just
No.
looks like a
She's
spider.
Okay.
Yeah, she is the
She's
spider.
the
Her body
spider.
is grotesque and like kind of like in Stranger
Ooh.
Things, like when Chrissy and they're
Yeah.
all like, yeah.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no. Look closer, Elsie. That's all her.
And what are we gonna do with her?
Just lay her to rest somewhere. That's grotesque.
So you want us to take her body, somehow make it all the way out to the forest, bury her without no one knowing, and then if
Okay.
someone does find her, they're gonna point to us because we tracked Muddin all the way in on the night of the ball?
When you say that, it sounds absurd, but I have to say, like, leaving her to just be up there is not an option. That's inhumane. That's against Yuna. She deserves burial. She's a person.
I agree, but our mission is to find
A,
the other pieces of the chapter.
a chill goes over the room as the lights flicker before disappearing from the fires and the candles. A low, clinging mist hangs to the ground, just like the first day of school, when you hear that eerie howl. From Elodie's voice, her jaw rips open and elongates. The Grimsmen will bring him back. All we needed was the two to be reunited. One of the same father, one of the same bloodline, one of the same Sylvan heritage. When the two of you met in the forest, you met on hallowed grounds, the first step of the ritual. A dark creature was summoned and possessed this mortal's body. I made this girl brew the ink and used it on the armor to hopefully kill you and take your flesh for the resurrection. Only her mind broke free for a moment from my grasp. Then that Evelyn girl was on to me, so I had to put the other faculty members off my back, and I tried to make it look like it was her. But then there were rumors that she was going to leave the school, and a heightened security presence with vampires on the loose. I knew I couldn't try and kill you again. Not with the vampires onto me. Not until I knew for sure that I could take you. I had to fake this girl's death so that I could work in secret, until that damn woman interrupted me from changing into a new form. I had to leave her body behind, and the stupid fae folk thought it was one of their own. But it's been me the whole time. Malister's loyal friend after 450 years. I am Orlock, and I will take your flesh and resurrect Malister. We'll end right there. Yeah,